I tell you, we're welcoming the actor, creator, Christopher Bolton, and producer. What?
Cake. His
is
name
there
is Cake.
cake here?
No, no, no. He is Cake. Manja Cake.
Yeah,
Manja Cake. That's
Cake.
what it's for.
Do you know where the story Manja Cake comes from?
No, I do not. I was wondering about that.
When Italians came over and they started working with Canadians, they would go and they'd have their sandwiches, and afterwards they eat fruit, right? And they were blown away by the fact that all the Canadians afterwards would be eating cake,
sweets,
and Twinkies, and so they'd go home and complain to their wives all the time, Manja Cake, and
there you have it.
So there you go.
A little piece of history.
Where it comes from.
Right. Now,
Rent-A-Goalie, tell us about this show. Producer man, Chris, tell us.
Well, what you just talked about a little bit there, Rent-A-Goalie is this hockey-mad white guy who hangs out in Cafe Primo, surrounded by all these eccentric, almost whack job goalies who wait around for the call to go play hockey.
which is a real thing. I mean, I'm playing this afternoon, and one of the guys in net's going to be a Rent-A-Goalie who waits for his phone to ring so he can go and say a pickup game. And you mentioned real arenas. That's what I love. And Cake sending guys to McCormick Arena.
Yeah, it was important for us to place it in Toronto, you know, and have that be a thing.
Rule 46. We're talking about the code.
It sounds to me like you are 10 steps away from everything.
Well, yeah, he was.
That's exactly right.
He recovered from all kinds of things.
Went down to the bottom, and while he was at the bottom in Philadelphia, he met Johnny, who owns the cafe, and they hit it off, have a little history, and Johnny invites Cake, whose real name is, we can't tell you.
Can't say.
Brings him back to the cafe, and there they are.
And you've got all these goaltenders who you'd have to be a whack job in the first place, and I know a lot of them, so I'm not trying to say it, you know, how to make anybody upset. But I mean, to stand in front of blazing pucks and everything like that, you got to be a little unbalanced.
That's where the story came from originally. When Chris approached me with the script about 4 years ago, and playing a lot of hockey 4 or 5 nights a week while my wife's away, it was like, Rent-A-Goalies, because 9 times out of 10, these guys are just insane. And you have to be, just like you said, to stand in front of a puck that's going 100 miles an hour.
Right in the first episode, we find out that you, Marsh and I are interested to know that you and Johnny's daughter had a little meeting of the minds. And then it ends up that, oh my God, I've had an affair with my bosses.
She walks.
Yes. Well.
Are you proud of yourself, young man?
I was proud of myself that, you know.
At the time.
Yeah, at the time.
Well, obviously, Canadian television, you have a lot of top-notch Canadian actors, and Joe Pinga is in there.
Send
I know
props
Joe
out to
very
him.
well. Hi, Joe.
Nice.
Hi, Joe.
That'll make
very,
me
very good, very
Joe.
solid cast.
Joe, watch your calzones. I just picked that up.
Stop. You have lots of cameos of hockey legends. How did you attract them to the show?
Well, you were working with Tiger Williams.
Yeah.
You know, I mean,
sure
guys
did.
like that, and wow.
Funny fella. Yeah, we got that's Zark's magic. He, my writing partner and I, Graham Manson, we would come up with an idea. We want, Tiger Williams to serve this purpose in this story, and then we'd send it to Zark, and somehow Zark goes like this or moves his
Make the
nose.
magic
What's the connection? You playing with the old timers? What's going on?
I was in Canada, Russia, '72.
Right.
And I played
Who'd you play?
Peter Mahovlich.
Of course.
So I'm at the golf tournament and run into Phil Esposito. And I just start talking about the show, and he said, I'll do that.
Right.
And then when we needed Tiger Williams, one of the producers from Hockey Night in Canada, actually Coach's Corner, said, I know Tiger. So it was networking. But the coolest bit was Tiger was on the set with us. And it's such a good time. When he found out we wanted Sittler, Tiger called Sittler from the car and said, you got to give these guys a call. We're having a pretty great time.
Isn't that incredible?
That's pretty neat stuff.
And easily the best. I mean, it's fun for us to conceive of how to use these guys.
Yeah.
It's fantastic for Zark to try to get them, but the best part definitely is sitting in an office with them with the door shut and just
hearing the stories.
Stories. It's amazing.
It's amazing because we all grew up idolizing these guys. Now you're sitting here talking to them one-on-one. You get a little bit of the old heart palpitations. Because we all have heroes that we worship, and it's funny how certain people, like actors, I'm like, wow, I love what you do, but you bring in a rock guard on guitar or something, or somebody or an athlete like that, and we're like, we're not worthy.
Yeah, I don't get starstruck very much. I mean, I met like Corey Haim and been fine, right? But when these guys come in, it's
yeah, but you throw in Corey Feldman. Tell me you're not going to pass
the
that
Corys,
on.
right?
I never thought if it was both.
Corey.
I think it's wonderful that this show typifies the fact that Canadian television and acting is a community that helps one another out. Canadian hockey is an institution, and when those communities overlap, magic happens, and that's what Rent-A-Goalie is about.
Yeah.
Nice.
Congratulations
exactly
to you,
what it's about.
and continued success with this season.
Yeah, keep going, guys.
Excellent. Rent-A-Goalie is on Showcase Sunday nights at 9:30.
The first episode, Luch goes after squirrels. My wife was like, he had me at squirrel hating. We'll be right back with more Daytime Toronto to pick our Freebie Friday winner in just a sec.